So today we're going to be throwing the Green Goliath versus the smallest Avenger of all, AntMan. And before you click away, let me reassure you that this is going to be a good fight. Trust me, it is. So let's dive right in. So after being bombarded with a massive dose of gamma radiation while saving young man's life during the testing of an experimental bomb, Dr. Robert Bruce Banner was transformed into the Incredible Hulk, a green behemoth who is the living personification of rage and pure physical strength. Hulk is the physically strongest hero in the Marvel Universe, and it's a well-known fact that his strength is connected to his emotions, so the angrier Hulk gets, the stronger he gets. He's been able to hold and support a 150 billion ton mountain range before, overpowered Thor on multiple occasions, destroyed an asteroid that's twice the size of Earth in a single blow. He's crushed adamantium with his bare hands, and destroyed Nightmare's realm, and as well as destroyed a planet and surrounding moons in the Dark Dimension, and even threatened the entire dimensional realm with his sheer power. While his large size and stature might be deceiving, the Hulk is actually quite fast and agile. He can run up to 300 miles per hour, catch fighter jets and missiles in his bare hands, jump into orbit, and he can even punch so fast that he can break the sound barrier. Hulk's skin is almost unbreakable, able to withstand ground zero explosions, planet-shattering impacts, and even blasts from Galactus. But if Hulk is injured, he also has an incredible healing factor. He's been burned to just a skeleton before, but yet regrew his muscles, tissues, and organs in seconds. He's survived a brain hemorrhage before, being stabbed in the brain, and having his chest ripped open. Hulk is also able to adapt to basically any environment, even airless environments. But his adaptation is so great that he's not only able to survive without air, but he can even speak without air. He's able to survive for extended periods of time without food or water, and can fight for days without ever beginning to feel tired. When Hulk is greatly enraged, he can emit incredibly destructive omnidirectional blasts of gamma radiation, and he's also able to absorb radiation in order to augment his own abilities. And the story of AntMan. Scott Lang was an electrician who broke into Hank Pym's house and stole the Ant-Man costume and gas canisters in order to rescue a doctor to save his daughter's life. Hank let Scott keep the suit as long as he promised to use it for more lawful ventures. Lang went on to become the second man to take up the mantle of Ant-Man, and he has been a member of both the Avengers and the Fantastic Four. Thanks to Pym particles, Ant-Man has the power to shrink himself and other people or objects to the size of an ant, or about half an inch high, and then return to normal. He used to use a gaseous form of these particles, but over time, Lang acquired the ability to change size at will. Basically, the Pym particles do this by taking the mass of the nucleus of the affected atom and converting it into energetic particles, which take up orbit around the nucleus. So although gravitons don't affect these particles, the mass of the original volume remains intact. So basically what this means is that an ant-sized Ant-Man's punch would have all the power of a normal-sized Scott Lang, who engages in moderate regular exercise. However, the difference is that all of this mass and all this power is compacted into the size of half an inch, so it feels like getting hit by a bullet. Ant-Man also has a helmet, which allows him to communicate with and control insects within a mile-wide range, which he can tell to do anything, but usually uses the ants as a means for transportation. Ant-Man also has wrist gauntlets that enable him to fire bioelectric blasts of adjustable force, which are similar to the Wasp's stings. Ant-Man can not only shrink to the size of an ant, but he can also go subatomic and enter the microverse. And plus, Scott Lang isn't just able to shrink, but he can also grow and turn into Giant Man. And as Giant Man, his strength increases as his size does. At 10 feet tall, he can lift about half a ton, but as he grows, so does his strength, to the point where at 100 feet tall, he can lift about 100 tons. This is considered to be his maximum strength and size though. And while greater heights give him greater strength, it does increase his mass and reduce his speed and movement as well. So who wins? Well, let's break it down. Now let me reassure you, this is a very even fight, and both of these heroes could win. Hulk is one of the strongest characters in the Marvel Universe, and is a true unstoppable powerhouse. He's crushed adamantium with his bare hands, survived ground zero explosions, and destroyed entire planets and moons in the Dark Dimension with his sheer might. Hulk is able to overpower Thor, and has survived attacks from Galactus and Zeus. So what in the world can Ant-Man do to him? I mean, Scott Lang is just an electrician who can shrink and communicate with ants. Well, let's just talk about that for a second. First off, Scott is able to grow in size and turn into Giant Man. At this height, he's able to lift around 100 tons, which puts him much closer to the Hulk's level, but he's still no match. In my mind, there's really no way that Scott will be able to overpower Hulk. Hulk is just too strong and powerful. So the way that Ant-Man can effectively go against the Hulk is to shrink down and fight small. But even while small, Ant-Man's punches or attacks will do nothing more than just annoy the Hulk. He's that durable. However, Ant-Man is capable of shrinking down small and then getting inside the Hulk. If he does manage to get inside the Hulk's body, then watch out. Scott could attack his brain, his heart, and other vital organs, and there could be nothing that Hulk could do about it. Or Scott could shrink down and then grow big inside the Hulk. So this could put the Hulk down for the count, if it wasn't for his great healing factor. Hulk has survived a brain hemorrhage, having his chest ripped open, having his body eaten entirely by bugs, being burned alive, and being stabbed directly in the brain. So it's very difficult to put the Hulk permanently down for the count. And while these attacks will definitely hurt him, I just don't think they're enough. On the other hand, if Hulk lands one good punch on Scott, or even hits him with a thunderclap, which has been described as near nuclear in strength, then Ant-Man is definitely going to be put down. So in my opinion, Hulk wins. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts on this battle, so sound off in the comments down below. Also, if you have any ideas for future videos, be sure to comment down below. Let me know what those are. And finally, be sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos just like this one every single week.